Clara Mariska and today in this video I'm going to share the findings of my research titled Look at the Screen, Development of Educaplay Media in Indonesian Language, Learning Material Determining Main Ideas to Increase Learning Interest of Grade 4 Elementary School Student. This research was conducted by Clara Mariska and my lecturer, Professor Arita Marini and Gusti Yarmi. Let's dive into the explanation. Introduction. Background of the study. Indonesian language is one of the most important subjects taught in elementary school, but in reality, many students struggle to understand the content of text, especially when it comes to identifying the main idea. This difficulty arises due to several factors. Teaching methods that are still conventional, the lack of interactive media, and the limited involvement of students in the learning process. To overcome this issue, I developed an interactive media using the Educaplay platform. Educaplay offers various engaging features like quizzes, puzzles, and matching games that make learning more exciting and student-centered. Objectives of the research. The research question of this study are as follows. 1. Can the use of Educaplay media increase the interest of 4th grade elementary school students in identifying main ideas? 2. How does the use of Educaplay media affect students' ability to identify the main idea of a paragraph? 3. What are the obstacles encountered in implementing Educaplay media in Indonesian language learning in 4th grade elementary school? Research method. This research used a research and development or R&D approach referring to the Hanafian-Pack model, which includes 3 main stages. 1. Need assessment stage. Observation interviews and questionnaires were conducted to identify learning difficulties and student preference. 2. Design stage. I developed Educaplay-based learning media tailored for grade 4 students, including interactive games related to identifying main ideas. 3. Development and implementation stage. The media was validated by experts, tested in a limited trial, revised, and then implemented in an actual classroom setting. Result and discussion. This study was carried out in grade 4th at SDS Kartika X1, involving 30 students. 1. Finding from initial observation and interviews. The result of the initial observation showed that most students were not very active in the Indonesian language learning process. Learning activities were still dominated by teachers through lectures and group reading. 2. Results of the Learning Interest Questionnaire. A questionnaire to measure student learning interest was distributed before and after the use educate. 3. Result of the main idea identification test to determine the extent of educate influence on students' ability to identify main ideas. A pre-test was conducted before learning and a post-test after learning using the media. The results are presented in the following table. Educate Media Activeness Test. This study also aims to evaluate how effective Educate Media is in increasing the interest and learning outcomes of 4th grade elementary school students on the topic of determining the main idea. The effectiveness is measured based on two main indicators, namely the increase in student interest in learning and student learning outcomes before and after using Educate Media. Activeness of learning interest. Learning interest data was obtained through distributing questionnaires before and after learning with Educate Media. Calculation of gain score of learning interest. Educate is active in increasing students' interest in learning. There was an increase in average score of 21 points from 62 to 83 and an increase in completeness from 46.7% to 86.7%. This shows that Educate Media is able to help students understand the main idea in a more interactive and fun way. This is a calculation of gain score of learning outcomes. Interpretation of effectiveness based on both indicators, interest, and learning outcomes. This increase indicates that the use of Educate Media is effective in attracting attention and increasing student interest in Indonesian language learning. Many students who previously belonged to the medium and low interest categories switched the high interest category. Product description of Educate Media. The Educate Media developed in this research in a matching pairs game where students must match short paragraphs with the correct main ideas. Each sentence is accompanied by a voice narration from the teacher, which helps students who are not fluent reader yet. The game is simple, interactive, and includes automatic scoring. Expert-based validation test. The validation results from 3 experts, namely media experts, material experts, and linguists, show that the Educate Media developed is very good and interesting in terms of appearance and not fully in accordance with Indonesian language rules. Challenges. Teacher voice narration was added to guide the challenges. Teacher voice narration was added to guide and personalize the learning process. Increase in student learning interest, improved ability to understand main idea, concentrates in educative play media implementation, teachers' role and management strategy. The interactive nature of the media combined with visual and auditory elements makes the learning experience more enjoyable and effective. This finding aligns with other studies showing that audiovisual and game-based learning can significantly exchange elementary students' motivation and comprehension skills. Conclusion: the use of educative play media in Indonesian language learning is proven effective in increasing the interest and ability of fourth grade students in determining the main idea. Students' interest in learning increased significantly, indicated by an increase in the number of students with high interest from 20% to 70%. The average student score also increased from 62 to 83, with learning completeness increasing from 46.7% to 86.7%. Thank you for watching. I hope this research can inspire more innovative use of technology in elementary education.